Could you provide an example? Okay, we don't need to name your clients' names, but could you give us a use case where company really capitalized, right, invested in technology and saw the business outcome that really inspiring?
Yeah, so if you look, for example, in health and safety, domain or sector in general, you can find that, for example, depending which company you are in, there are like some gaps in terms of there are companies who are like heavily investing in AI to use AI, for example, to spot health and safety incidents, but through videos, through cameras, they're trying to predict even the incident before happening. And that could be in a refinery, if you are like an oil and gas company, or it could be in a ship, if you are like a shipping company, or, it could be in a manufacturer, like infrastructure, if you're a manufacturer. So one way to reduce like downtime costs, so if you can predict when something is going to happen and make remedies, so then you avoid that incident happening, that truly is going to save you money in the future. Not only money, but like also kind of health wise, in terms of the health of your employees and the safety of your assets and so on. And that way you could gain competitive advantage compared to your other competitors who haven't used AI for its predictive power. So it's predicting the incidents that could happen in the future and avoiding them today.
Lovely, lovely. Djamila, I love discussing, human with machine kind of interaction benefiting humans, hopefully.
Yes.
So can we please dive into where do you see the most promising area in a way that decision makers, they need to take this in AI recommendations, that input, right? So how we as humans able to consume that input and make better decisions that will benefit business and humanity in general?
Yeah, that's a really good question, and it goes like a lot deeper in terms of the AI ethics and the AI transparency. Obviously, that different people with different views, in this topic. My own view is that we should almost have a human in the chain. We shouldn't, at least the current AI we have is not developed enough to be able to make its own decision. We know that there are a lot of failures, and I can give a lot of example where AI has failed in the past. So I'm in the view that we should always have a human in the loop before that final decision is made. And whether you are like in security or at bank, or for example, there is you could, for example, if someone is applying for a bank loan, so the AI or the machine learning algorithm is going to try to predict the outcome, whether to loan, kind of give the money to, kind of to the client or not, based on the, the credit score and the different factors it takes into account. But I think kind of before making that final decision to say yes or no, a person should kind of have the final say into it. And not only because it's good to have, but also from a regulation point of view. So for example, under the GDPR, like EU regulation. So as because I'm in Britain and we know we had the Brexit, so things may work differently. But as an EU citizen, if I was like an EU citizen and I apply for a bank and I get rejected, I have the right to go to the court or go to the company and ask for an explanation how the algorithm came up with the decision. So unless you really know your system and how the AI system works, and you have human, human kind of like points, along, that decision loop, you wouldn't be able to explain that. At least not kind of now, with the current AI we have. So this is why I think it's always good to have at some point a human being kind of like overlooking that decision making process.